What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another episode. You know who it is, your boy Ghost. No, wait, no, that's my other channel. Your boy John. Fuck you. Fuck you. I have two channels.
We all know who I am, the fucking white belt slayer.
This guy right
Getting
here.
ready to fucking rip into it.
Hell yeah. Let's have this.
805s, back to the OGs.
Yeah, you can't
We're
go wrong
fucking
with a nice, refreshing 805 on a hot-ass day.
It is hot outside, that's for
It's
sure.
pretty warm. Yeah. Anyways, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How was your week, John?
Dude,
Let's get it off. Let's start it
God damn,
the fucking way.
I felt some condescension in that, John. I don't know. I don't like the way you said that.
No?
You know,
But let's start it off right.
Offended.
Let's get it off right. What's the weight today?
Oh, 213. 213.
There it is. That's good.
You know what? I was a little scared. Last weekend, I indulged a bit, and I think I had too much salt because I hit 222, and I was like,
Woo!
I was like, oh, that's a bit much.
That's a big number.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
And so then I just like went back to the normal like diet, and I think it had to be the salt because as soon as I like went back to like just chicken and eggs and like low stuff like that, like mostly protein shit, my weight just went bloop, dropped back down, and I was like 213. I was like, oh, thank God. That scared me for a minute. I was like, oh shit, because my goal is still to get down to like 190 and be there like normally, but I'm having trouble getting below 200.
Yeah,
so
I'm on track for that 248 by Vegas. I may have already hit it. You never know.
I don't believe it. We're gonna do a live weigh-in on
the one before.
On the one before.
What day are we going to Vegas? Thursday? So the Sunday before.
Yeah. Damn, we're gonna have to record an episode
in Vegas at least. At least one.
No, well, we can do one in Vegas, but we're gonna have to have
one ready.
Anyways,
let's get it off fucking rip. Because I was fucking. I reposted that picture you posted yesterday. That's wearing the sloth rash guard.
Yeah.
And my homie hit me up and he was like, "Yo, dude, how tall is your boy?" And I was like 5'7", and he was like, "God damn, he's shorter than you." I was like, "He's jacked though." He's like, "He is pretty jacked." But Alex, I want to fucking get you on when we're in Vegas. At least a little 10-minute segment. You can talk shit to how fucking short he is.
What?
He'll smash you too. He's a big fucking dude. Mm-hmm. He's 6'2", probably 260.
He's a big boy. That country.
That sounds big. Country. I think he's from LA. He lives in Arizona now, but he's from LA.
Oh, he's gonna be on Arizona, Vegas.
He's gonna be in Vegas. Yeah, smashing everyone at Blue Belt Master Worlds, even though he's a purple belt.
Yeah. Wait, what?
He's not a purple belt yet, but I mean, he should be a purple belt.
Oh, inside.
Yeah,
inside.
He got promoted to blue before I did, but he still hasn't made the time.
I was watching. We're talking about just because we're talking about belts. I don't know why you're anti this guy, but this guy Roy Dean. If you guys ever watch him on YouTube,
his face just bothers me.
The dude is legit. Like, it's one of the most legit guys that I've seen. Obviously, there's more legit people, but in terms of his jiu-jitsu, he had a dude.
Well, what makes
he had a dude testing. He does testing.
Yeah.
So he had his one of his
blue belt test. So
he was doing one for a brown belt. Bro, that shit's killer. So the way he did it first, he gave the purple belt a white belt, and he just went through different positions.
Yeah.
Escapes from different positions. So half guard, side control, mount, and then he was just going through escapes, and then it was do combinations. So now you had to throw combinations in there. Then it was takedowns, and it was takedowns to combination. So it's just a knowledge check.
Yeah, but how about this?
But then But then it was what do they call that? Like a crucible or?
Yeah.
Basically, where he was just he just rolled one after another, and he starts a low belt, and then he goes higher.
A lot of schools do that. That's not unique to him. So Pedigo,
yeah.
Pedigo, if you want to get your blue belt from Pedigo, it's a 2-hour roll.
Yeah.
You got to roll with everybody.
And I thought that was interesting because I thought you really get tested mentally through that process, because when you're on the verge of dying, you can't quit. You have to keep going. You have to keep moving. Especially when you're rolling like that for a test. So it's kind of a big mental test. But then afterwards, he is a bit more old school and does the ceremony where he's sits down and individually gives them the belt, turns around and he's I want to introduce whoever as a brown belt now. I thought that was cool, and it's the only thing that I wish that we did at our school is that Omar allowed black belts to give a little speech if they want, or gives them the opportunity, because in my mind, when you hit black belt, that's a big accomplishment. I mean,
why don't you just tell them hey man, I got something to say.
I mean, Oscar did. Remember when Oscar, he was like, hey, can I, but I'm saying it should be like, here, like give a little something. Because, dude, if you think about it, people go to college and, whatever, universities, and that's 4, 5, 6 years of your life. You're spending almost more than that just to get to a black belt, right? And the hours is way more. I think the hours to get to black belt is even more than you do in college.
If you consider like the 10 years, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm like, and so it's a big. I think it's a big accomplishment to get to that level, and I don't think enough people understand that. But I think that opportunity to like give a little talk is cool as a lower belt to hear a black belt talk about their journey, and I think that's cool. Like, I've seen some really, like, Joe Rogan had a great speech when he got his black belt from Eddie Bravo. I don't know if you have seen it. Just Google Joe Rogan black belt promotion or something like that. Eddie Bravo gave it to him.
He's got 2 black belts.
One from Machado, one from Eddie. But the one he gave for Eddie, he gave a speech, and it was like it was legit. It was really good. I thought.
But you're also talking about one of the greatest conversators of our lifetime.
You're right. You're correct. You get someone that comes up there and is like,
yeah, exactly.
And,
I got a couple things to say. First of all, I don't know. Roy Dean, his face fucking bothers me.
I can see it.
He's a 3-stripe black belt. Fucking Leo's legit. A 3-stripe black. I guarantee Leo smashes him.
He's still legit. I think Leo knows who he is.
Leo told, he's pretty popping. He's been popping in jiu-jitsu for a long time. But Leo told me his black belt test is 3 hours.
That's great. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I understand what Omar says about it. Omar says he doesn't like to test because he's seen upper levels fail tests that are good. Right?
I don't disagree with not testing. Well, I do think some people just don't test good.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, you haven't really won shit, but I have.
You haven't won shit. Fuck
I got a medal for winning, motherfucker. Anyway, but I mean, I'm not getting smashed like into the earth by dudes who are upper belts at competitions. And granted, we're
proving that you're belt.
We're in Southern California where we have the hardest rolls in the world. I mean, you got Southern California, Austin, and maybe like Florida are probably like the spots.
Well,
you know
let's
what I mean?
Pedigo.
Yeah,
and there'll be little pockets of maybe a school here or there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Pedigo fucking dominates that whole region. They go fucking win everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, arguably we're in the hardest divisions, even for masters. You know what I mean? I haven't won like a big one, but I'm not getting outclassed. Like dudes have trouble passing my half guard. You know what I mean? They have trouble submitting it. I'm getting out of submissions. So if I was still a white belt on the national level, dudes would be crushing me like how we crush the white belts in the fucking gym. You know what I mean? Like, fucking doesn't happen. So I do think it's cool that people have like these tests and shit like that. But I mean, I think it's one of those.
I like what we do.
I think it's always like the grass is greener. Somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I do enjoy. I like both aspects. It was on YouTube.
Oh, because
he just posted it.
All of his shit's behind a paywall.
No?
I didn't know he had shit on YouTube.
Oh,
I mean, I've seen like little spots he does on YouTube and shit.
Yeah, no, this was a video on YouTube that just came up a few days ago. With the brown belt.
I don't know. He just annoys me. I guarantee Omar smashes him, and he's big.
He's pretty big. Well, he's bigger than Omar for sure.
Way bigger.
He's probably like 190.
He reminds me. At least because he looks really big.
He looks
like
tall.
really tall.
But he does. He also does those retreats, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that's something I would like to experience. Is do one of those like jiu-jitsu retreats where they go somewhere off the grid and you just.
I want to do
fucking do jiu-jitsu and like.
I want to do the next. Maybe not this year, but in a couple of years, I want to do the one. It's like Ty Rutolo, Cade Rutolo, fucking Majid Hage. They do it like in Mexico, dude. It's so sick. It's right on the water.
Is that the one that? What's the one that like? There's one that Hodger was at, and like there's different days you have to sign up
those. They're really expensive.
Well, they're all going to be expensive.
But the one with like Majid, dude, imagine the Rutolos and fucking Majid, and there's a couple other dudes that are super good that go there. It's not that much. It's like $1,500 for a week. And I think that might include the room. I'm not sure, but there's savages on the mat, and you can roll it. You're not rolling fucking Hodger Gracie, dude. He's not rolling with you. But like Majid said, they're giving everyone the smoke. The Rutolos are fucking everyone up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to feel. I mean that perfectly fucking melds into what I wanted to talk about first. So on Monday, a couple of us, some people who were invited, didn't go, but we went and rolled at Gracie Maitha in Beaumont. And first of all, I don't know if Isaac seen this shit because I called him out a week before that on here. He picked me for the first roll. First roll, he's like, you and me. But this motherfucker made us do a 20-minute goddamn warm-up of some kind of bullshit. I was all tired and worn out by the time we even got a fucking roll.
So was everyone else.
I'm the only one that's an ultra there.
That's not their fault.
Yeah, but Isaac didn't warm up.
Oh, well.
Him and Omar stood there
Of course
bullshit.
not. They're black belts. They never warm up.
Yeah, so they said they're bullshit, and then he's like, you and me first.
Yeah.
And then he pulled
tough.
guard on me, and he threw the fucking feet up like he was going to balloon sweep me, and I was like, oh, hell no. So I sat down.
Yeah.
I sat to my butt, and he ended up sweeping me, and I had him in half guard for a while, and he ended up sweeping me, and I don't think he passed, maybe he did pass my guard, but he did some unique shit from the half guard I hadn't felt
He's
before.
good, man.
I really want to roll with him again.
He's super cool.
Yeah.
He came over the week before.
Yeah.
And we were doing positional sparring. So that was like my first week back or like week and a half back. So I was like, my back was still kind of whatever. Yeah. And so we did positional sparring, and I was like, holy shit, his pressure is legit.
Yeah, I felt like his pressure was good. I can't remember like if he was making me. Like,
he felt strong as shit too.
He's strong for sure.
Yeah.
Because there's things I can move other people from. I wasn't able to move him, but he did this thing where like, he swept me, and then I had him in the half guard, and I was trying to push his butt, and I couldn't get his butt to push, and then I moved a little bit, and he passed my guard, and then I was able to retain the half guard, but as I was throwing my knee in to get the half guard, he stapled my knee, so he had my knee like bent with his leg over it, and I never felt that before, and it was a really good trap. It was a really unique way to trap the knee.
Yeah.
That obviously he does a lot because he didn't catch it and hold it just like at a happenstance.
He set it up.
Or just something he catches as he's going. People are trying to throw the half guard on him, but yeah, that was really cool. And then I rolled with Omar. Said none of us could take a break. He did give me a break. He gave me some fucking white belt that I just was being nice to because I would have ripped his shit. I tapped him to his pressure without even pressuring him. But everyone else I rolled with, I think I rolled everyone else's purple belt except for that blue belt kid that competes there. They got a kid that's like a real competitor there. And honestly, he was the hardest roll. I've been there before, and he fucking whooped my ass before. But he caught. No one subbed me. No one even. He just got the closest to subbing me. In a transition, he threw up like a triangle from the guard, and he got my bad side. But I don't know if he realized my hand was on the mat, and his armbar wasn't close. He was wrist locking me the whole time, like on the mat. The way he was pulling my arm, like the way he caught my arm when I was pulling it, my wrist was getting more and more bent on the mat. So finally, I was able to get my leg under him and lift him up and pull my arm out. But that was the closest I got to getting subbed. And I was just playing half guard. Like some of the other dudes from the schools were crushing everyone. I was like, I looked up and I was like, oh fuck, we should have been crushing fools this whole time. Like I'm not trying to be mean, but if I go back, it's gonna be. When I go back, because I asked Isaac if I go back, he said any time.
Well, yeah, we went for the open mat. And he has an open mat once a month, I think.
Does he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we should go on the next one because I want to roll with his students more aggressively.
Well, it's cool because you get to get different
looks. Like we were talking about before, like your game doesn't necessarily work at our school.
Because exactly.
But it was funny when fucking Isaac tried to balloon sweep me. I almost asked him while we were rolling. I was like, how long did you train with Omar? Because I think Omar gave him 2 or 3 belts. I think Omar gave him his maybe blue and purple belt. Then he went back to I think Hokkaido for his brown and black. I think I could be wrong on that, but. So it was cool. It was cool to roll with other students to see what their game is like and to see how they for me how they pass the half guard and what they leave open and shit. Like I got the same sweep on everyone. Was literally like let them get 80% of the way past and push their arm over my head and pop out the back.
Yeah.
But I was able to sweep everybody.
That's good. I mean I don't know. I just didn't feel like rolling that day, so I didn't go.
I didn't roll on Wednesday. The same reason. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I try to fight past those when there's days where I just don't feel like going. Like I didn't feel like going yesterday, but I went. And yesterday I had a lot of rolls yesterday. Like at the end, I had to sit down after class. I felt like vomiting. I was like, holy crap. I feel like crap.
Yeah, it's your shit in check. I think I got like maybe 4 or 5. The scariest roll though is like, I think Carol called me out because I was trying to help Sam. I was yelling at Sam when he was rolling. And she's like, you and me right now.
Yeah, she was
like 2 minutes left.
I saw her knee slice and. I was watching how she was passing some of your guard. I'm like, damn, that's fucking legit. The way she did it.
It was slick, but the problem for her is that she's so much lighter than me.
Yeah, you could.
So I mean, she's strong. I mean, Carol's strong. I've never rolled with her before. She's strong.
She's a beast, bro. And she don't quit.
She doesn't quit. So I was able to like, the things I can't do to you, I could do to her.
She's so light.
Yeah, I was able just to push her off and get up, and then she did. Oh, one of the times at the end, she passed and like got me to roll to my side to like almost like so she has my back.
Yeah.
And I could feel her setting up the armbar, and I see her armbar the fuck out of everybody. I was like, hell no. I just grabbed my shit and I was just shifting my weight so she couldn't fucking armbar me. But that was like 2 minutes of fear. I had to roll like not comp. I watched. I had to roll harder than I normally do.
Yeah, she rolls hard, bro.
Yeah, because I grabbed her.
And she's not gonna. Well, she's obviously not gonna go easy on you because you're much bigger than her, and she can't. If you would get on top, it would be pretty. fucking brutal.
It is nice to feel someone like that, someone at that level
With skill.
Someone
The
at that
technique and
level.
skill, yeah.
That she's not out muscling me. It's
all technique.
It's all technique,
Yeah.
and I'm like, God damn, like
Yep.
I would like to roll with her again to feel that.
I roll with her a few times, and for me, I'm always avoiding her grabbing my legs. I don't think she'd be able to. She'd have more problem, I think, ankle locking you just because you're kind of.
I don't know. I leaned back.
That's her game.
Yeah, I leaned back onto something. She was gonna sweep me, so I leaned back to grab a leg, and then I felt her grab my leg, so I immediately disconnected from her because I knew she was gonna grab my shit. But like I grabbed her leg, she grabbed my leg, and I pushed and pulled, and then I was kind of sitting there like, why is she not grab my legs? And I came up on top, but. I don't know if she just didn't feel like ankle locking me or didn't think she could get it.
It's probably you got big ass legs, so I would imagine that's going to be the challenge for her.
Someone tried to ankle lock me the other day, and I was able to stand up and get out of it from there. I can't remember who it was, but that makes all the difference. If you're able to get to a better position, the ankle lock's super hard to hit.
Yeah.
I'm not, I don't really fuck at the ankle lock so much anymore. It's nobody falls for it, and especially when you fall back.
Well, me and Misa were talking about that. It's like the ankle lock is one of those moves where like. If you don't go for it 100%, they're just going to come up. Yeah. And then you're in a bad position. But then at the same time, if you go for it and you go 100%, now it's like, I don't want to hurt somebody.
Yeah, for sure. And I actually like when people come up on the ankle lock. Because, like, let's say I lean back and you're able to pop up from it.
Or you can go to, like, single leg X.
I'm in single leg X already.
Yeah.
So I can just straighten my legs and push you back down, right? Or, for me, the best case for me is if I fall back on the ankle and I'm in single leg, exactly.
Yeah.
I fucking hook and I hit the X guard, then I get the sweep again, right?
Yeah.
So for me, most of the time, laying into an ankle lock is not scary for me.
Yeah.
But I'm more trying to transition to the toe hold because what I always end up getting the grip the wrong way, so I'm bending the foot the wrong way. So I'm trying to. I don't even try to hit it, like finish it. I'm trying to grab it so that my grip is in the right position every single time, where it becomes like second nature. You know what I mean? The toe holds are so
like
powerful.
Muscle memory kind of thing.
Yeah, the toe holds and then passing the toe holds and knee bars from the same position are so powerful, and then passing the guard with the knee bar, dude, I've been doing it to more people. Dude, it's changing. It is changing my game.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to do knee bars.
I'm basically a fucking black belt, dude.
Fuck out of here. You're not allowed to do knee bars.
I'll knee bar the fuck out of you. Did you see me calling you that day when I was knee barring somebody? Who was I knee barring? I think it was a white belt. I was knee barring a white belt, and I was like, John. Finally looked. I was like, hey, I'll check it out. And you look, he's like, you just shook your head.
Yeah. No. I was rolling with the white belt yesterday. I think he's like a 4 stripe white, and so like he posted the wrong way, and so I just went boom, and then I kind of caught the wrist lock on him, and then I let it go, and I just heard him laugh. I'm like, soon. I was like, it's coming soon, and I was like, I feel like that's a little bit of a realization for them because they, they're posting certain ways and they're not concerned about wrist locks. But it was like completely like a give me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, damn, that would have been game over right there.
I was rolling with, I think it was Sam yesterday, and same thing. He posted up on my knee, like full post, and I was like, hey, don't do that shit. And he was like, well, what do you mean? Like, what am I doing? And I was like, dude, you trapped your own hand on my knee. And he was like, well, what? And I just rolled over my knee, and he was just like, I could see him feel. I was like, dude, I'll wrist lock the fuck out of you. Like, if you give me that again, or if you put your hand on my hip like that, wrist lock.
It's interesting to know, like, to see the game, like, it's just an added variable to rolling when you get, and you can start wrist locking people. Yeah. Like, it's just an extra thing that you now have to worry about, where you didn't have to worry about it before. You can basically post off however the fuck you want. And now you really have to be careful. Is my arm going to be trapped? Is my hand going to, So
that's right before you said that is what I was thinking in my head is like, all of us wrist lock each other. Like all like the core group of dudes are all trying to wrist lock because it's powerful. But when you're in danger of the wrist lock, right? Yeah. The ones you don't know are the ones you get caught in. But when I'm comfortable putting my hand on someone's hip because I know I'm not going to leave it there and I know it's not trappable.
Like there's space.
I know that I'll be able to move. But a lot of times if I'm going to the hip, I'll try to like, it's not a kip, but I'll like, be like hitting the hips instead of like full force catching my wrist on the hip. So those are the things I think about that a lot, especially with upward belts. Like, try not to call out people's names, but like rolling with Louis. Louis is so good in every position he goes into. Like, because I play the half guard, so he's just trying to muscle through the half guard. Because he's going to muscle through it. He's not going to be tired. And he's going to get into a better position. So his methodology is muscling through the half guard for me or the quarter guard for me. So like sometimes he'll get past it and he'll go the backwards thing like you're talking about, and I'll start trying to push the hip because I know that he's in a position where he can't wrist lock me from there.
Yeah.
So I'll use all the force to try to move him. You know.
The hard thing is like rolling with like someone like Leo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do shit to Leo.
He just has wrist locks from everywhere.
They're from
like
everywhere.
You don't even.
Well, that's
like you can't even think
20
about
years
it.
of wrist locking
Yeah, you
people.
can't even like. It's crazy because you'll be in a position where like you wouldn't even realize
that you
you
get
can
wrist
get
lock
wrist
from
lock
there.
from
Yeah.
there, and it's like boom, wrist lock,
Yeah.
and I'm just like man, and it's just insane the way that he can manipulate from almost everywhere to get. Like he's got me in some. Like I've just been in positions where I'm like, it just like it doesn't even cross my mind that I can get wrist locked from there, and it's like somehow I think my hand was under on my chest somehow, and he started wrist locking me while underneath him, and I was like, how the
like
are you
this?
doing it?
Was
like
your
that?
hand flat?
Yeah, I was trying to have to keep it
So
flat.
the first person that ever did that to me was Oscar. He would get that wrist lock all the time. I still can't figure out how to do it.
I don't know how.
Leo's done it to me, and the last time I rolled with Omar, he did it to me, and we're like, because I knew he was trying to armbar me, so I went flat because I couldn't. The way he had me pinned, I couldn't grab my own collar, so I went flat across my chest, like the X in my arms, and then I went to go grab my collar so he couldn't break it. And as
He starts wrist locking.
I literally went like this, probably to grab my shit, and he caught it and wrist locked me from there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
So those are like it just blows my mind. I'm like, man, that's so insane that you can like wrist lock from. That's something I really would like to get good at is wrist locking.
Well, do you feel it from passing a lot? Do you feel the wrist locks when you're passing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the ones that I've been attempting to catch more on people. Where like people will post, like we were talking about earlier, posting in the past, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna wrist lock the fuck out of you.
You know, I hit that another move that it's just been thinking about, and I really like. Omar showed that arm bar from side control.
Oh, where you get up to your knees,
When you get up to your knees, jump over, and I hit that. I've been like in my mind, and so now I'm in my mind when I'm rolling. I'm thinking about that. I've only gone for it once, but I went for it and boom, I caught it, and I was like, holy shit!
Try that weak ass shit on me, dog.
But I was like, oh shit! I can't believe I caught that.
Do you have like a sequence of things you like to do?
Yes. Well, it depends on from what position. So like from
say side control.
Yeah, definitely from side control.
What do you have from side control?
So for side control, I'm gonna go for me. So for my game plan is if I'm in side control, and I feel that you're not a threat to regain guard, I'll stay in side control and I'll start working the lapel, and pull out your lapel, and I'll try to trap your arm and start working that game. Mm-hmm. And then now that I'm then kind of looking at that arm bar if they post correctly, you know. And then if I ever feel that like I'm not comfortable in side control and you're gonna do really well and regaining guard, then I go north south, and then I start working my north south stuff from there. So that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah. I'll go mount. I only normally go mount on white belts just because I'm not comfortable being on mount, and I've been working on pressure from mount without losing control. There's a video I seen with Henner where he was teaching some mountain climber. He's some YouTuber. He's like a mountain climber dude, about mount and the way he does mount, because I don't like hooking because my knees get fucked up. What he does is he hooks his own feet but points them up in the air, upside down, and his knees stay off of the ground, and then he drives his hip down. And then let's say you go left to right, then he just brings that knee down to base, but all the pressure is on the person. And so I've been doing that. Trying to stay on mount like that, and then I'll practice that, and then I go to high mount, and then I really like high mount. From high mount, I'll go for either like a cross collar or pull them to the side and go like S mount and start working like shit like that.
I got a few things to say on that. One, Henner's tall as fuck, so he's got long ass legs, so he can do that more easily. I
have noticed that because most people can
more body types.
Yeah, because more people can like. My feet don't point up far enough, so they can like catch their feet between and start pulling them down. But that's just an adaptation that I'm gonna have to figure out how to do for me.
And this is something I think of pretty often. It's like the best thing about our school is you're getting hard rolls. There's no light rolls unless you give yourself a light roll. Like even the white belts at our school are starting to go fucking hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, dude, it's like a proud moment when you roll with a white belt and you're like, all right, I can feel some pressure, and you see their game changing, and you see it's getting harder to roll with them, and I'm like, dude, that's cool. Like, because there's
when
white
you're
belts.
A purple belt, you don't feel that anymore.
You fucking lying piece of crap.
There's not a single white belt.
I'm not worried about any of the white belts. I'm just saying, I like seeing their game
for
change.
sure.
And I
They
can,
get
like,
better. They
yeah.
get better,
And there's certain ones, because you get white belts, they come in and all of a sudden they disappear. There's
Yeah.
like a group of them that have stuck
Stay,
around, and they're starting to hit 4 stripes, and,
Yeah.
and you're noticing their game change. So shout out to you guys. Keep
4
going.
stripes is when I start fucking cooking them. But what I was getting at was like, so like you were saying you're afraid to mount people because you get rolled.
Higher
or whatever.
belts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to do that regardless. You have to be. I personally think you have to be more comfortable losing.
Yeah.
So like
Or getting in a bad position.
Yeah,
and
because
working
like
out of it.
my half guard, it should be better for how much I play it, but that's just the level I'm progressing at, right? So that's the level I'm progressing at.
Yeah.
But I only play half guard so that I'm ultra comfortable there no matter what. Like I was rolling with somebody yesterday, and I'll tell he'll know who it is when I'm telling the story, but I went to go Uchimata him, and I don't know what happened. My foot didn't touch the ground, and I fell down. And so he got on top, and immediately he tried to paper cut me. And I was like, first of all, your paper cut game ain't there yet, because obviously he doesn't do it. It's not in his repertoire as much as ours is. So not 1 second panic. I was like, he's not hitting this. I don't care what he does. And then he decided something happened where because he passed my guard, got to the paper cutter. And then I went to half guard, and he told me, he was like, man, you feel comfortable in half guard. And I'm like, yeah,
you do.
because everybody here smashes me from the half guard, and I'm just so comfortable with it. Competition, I get smashed in the half guard. You got to be
unless you're like, know your shit, you're comfortable with it.
That's where I want to be.
Yeah.
And eventually,
I'll give it to you. Your half guard is legit. I have
yeah,
trouble getting out of it.
So and I just got to work on the sweeps is what I'm working on. But so I was so comfortable there, I was just letting him work. Because it's like, for me, it's like, there's going to be a point where you give me something I want to get out.
Yeah.
So he was working, and I'm just pushing. And then finally, he moved, and I grabbed his arm, pulled it over my head, popped out, mounted him, and got to, literally this happened in like 3 seconds. Popped his head out, trapped him, mounted him, went to side control, and the bell went off. And he was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, that is my whole game. I'm waiting for you to give me something. Because I'll fight, but I'm not like 1,000% fighting. You know what I mean? I was rolling with the white belt yesterday.
You're waiting. You're trying to trap it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was rolling with the white belt yesterday, and he was just fucking, rah! And I told him, I subbed him, and I told him, I was like, dude, like, you don't got to sub me 10 times in 5 minutes. You only got to sub me once in 5 minutes. Like, use that strength when you need it.
Yeah,
like when you're working out, you're not doing 1,000 reps in a minute. You're trying to get.
You want to be explosive when you need it. Yeah,
exactly.
To get that move to work.
That's what I think my game is. But going back to like being comfortable losing, you should be comfortable losing in the gym. Like, because you need to develop that mount pressure. Because like the dudes who got mount pressure, like Misa, fucking has mount pressure, dude. That dude, Bobby, which he never plays the mount. Dude, when he mounts, the last time I tapped a pressure that I can remember was the Bobby mounting me. He mounted me one time, and I was like, what the... I literally tapped a pressure, and I was like, what the fuck? And this was at blue belt. This wasn't at, like, white belt, you know? But, I mean, his mount pressure is legit. Yeah. So, that's what I'm saying. You got to be more comfortable losing. Not you particularly, but it's everybody at our gym needs to be more comfortable losing. Like, I feel like even some of the dudes I struggle with are...
Putting yourself in a bad position.
Well, they're putting themselves in bad position because they're like, they know, it's like if they play their A game, they're going to smash me. Yeah. So why not play my B or C game to try to develop on a guy who I know is going to give me trouble, but who, if I have to, I can turn on the A game and come back.
I think you're right, and that's probably something I need to do. I mean, I do,
and
I don't.
We all do.
I think you're right. Like, the thing I think, and we were having the conversation in our group chat this morning, or yesterday, they got posted, about taking your time and working your game, so you don't get injured or other people.
Oh yeah. Right? I was like, I'm not in this group chat. Yeah.
So you don't get.
Sorry, I was reading that and I kept reading. I was so late, I didn't respond to everything.
Yeah. So to get injuries or whatnot, but I think you're right, and even I think Dan O'Hara, he was talking about like, hey man, no one's gonna remember that one time you tap someone in the middle of a gym.
Yeah.
That's not when you're going to remember.
Except for when I tap a professor. When I get up and just go,
You're going to remember. You're going to
remember that.
You're going to remember when. You're going to remember when you go and you execute in the competition.
Of course.
So in the mat, in the gym, go hard, but don't be afraid, like you're saying, to put yourself in a bad position and lose. Like it's not a big deal. Like I don't have a problem tapping, and I do agree that maybe I don't put myself in the bad positions.
Well, I stopped mounting people for a while too because I was getting rolled. But I'm so used to choking people. This is 100% honesty. I'm so used to just choking people from the paper cutter. If I get one of the grips, it's donezo. It's over. I just keep going with it. But I've been trying to mount people more for the same reason because I have problems. And then like Luke mounts me so easily, and submits me from shoulder pressure so much. I'm like, how do I develop that high guard, that high mount that he has to tap people from there?
So
you got to try it.
So the other day I was rolling with Anthony, Skinny Anthony. You want another beer?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be back. We'll be back. We're
Yeah.
Skinny Anthony. Remember. Let me just stop it.
You're talking about
All right.
rolling a Skinny Anthony.
Yeah, Skinny Anthony. So the other day we rolled and I put him in my guard. And
Hold on. Anthony, from now on, your name is now Tony. That's it.
no, there's 3 Anthonys now, I've been told. So there's you. I've been calling him Skinny Anthony. And then Roger was telling me there's another Anthony that's even smaller than that Anthony. So I'm like, that's going to be Mini Anthony. So I don't know. But anyways.
Well, there's another Anthony, but he hasn't come in a while. He was a purple belt. Everyone calls him Tony.
Oh, well, anyways, I was saying, so earlier this week, I rolled with him, and I got him in my guard, and basically, I couldn't do anything, and he couldn't get out.
His guard's good.
Yeah, and then this time I was in his guard, and pretty much was stuck there. I did do my normal stand-up, and I couldn't get, he was really good at, like, keeping his hands away, because my goal was to grab his center, the gi, grab his hand, boom, stand up, yeah. But I couldn't grab his hand. And I was even baiting him. I was trying to let him grab my hand so that I can grab it. I couldn't get it. So I finally was able to get up, but he held on, and I couldn't break it. So then I did where you kind of squat and you put your knees out, so you're basically squatted down, and he wouldn't break. But I started getting hip fucking cramps. So my whole ass cheeks, both sides started like cramping.
Hip cramps?
They were like,
heard of that.
yeah, it's like
You on your period?
the muscle and like your hip or whatever.
Yeah.
It started spasming, and I had to put him down. And then while I was in his guard, I had to keep stretching my leg because it kept cramping up. And I was like, God damn it! And so then, and that's when you were like, stand up. And I had
that was
just
yesterday?
I was like, I had just done it, and I started getting cramps, and I was like, I can't stand up anymore. So he got me locked in his guard.
You know, it's hard for me to do because I have zero mobility, but I think you got a little bit more than me. You ever see the one where Omar puts his knee in the middle?
That's what I tried to do.
You can do it?
No.
Oh, dude, that shit works,
No.
dog. I get it every once in a while, like people that
He
play a
has
little bit loose
long
on me.
legs. That's the thing.
Man, you really got to force your knee
Yeah,
inside.
yeah. So I stood up. I put my arms in his armpit.
Yeah.
And then I crawled up, and then I moved, and then because Danaher has a whole
You
sequence
can't
on
hop
this.
up from your knees?
Well, that's the actual steps are you push, you crawl back, and then you walk. You
Oh, the
go
way
on your
Omar does.
toes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's the way
For
even
the-
Danaher.
yeah, for the knee
even
way,
the way
the knee- yeah,
Danaher
yeah.
does it.
So I don't
and
ever
then
do it like
and then
that,
you
yeah.
walk up, and then you adjust your leg. So I adjusted my leg to the middle, but I couldn't his legs are so long. So even when I was sliding, I was trying to come down, I couldn't get it.
Do you
in.
remember me showing you the way that John Jock breaks the guard?
Oh, the rip thing?
Yeah.
I tried that too. I couldn't.
Didn't
do it.
work?
No.
You weren't committing your hips.
My hips were fucking cramping.
Oh, yeah.
So
You have to-
I
you
started
have-
trying
You
every-
have to turn your hips like
The
90
last
degrees.
step was gonna be wild white belt fucking. I didn't want to do that, so
You should have just.
I was trying to
like. You know what you should have did? You should have just like forward rolled and let him mount you, and then got out of the mount. That would have been way easier.
Yeah, probably just let him sweep me and then get out.
Yeah, I would have just forward rolled.
There's that other one where you step over and you just kind of spin. Have you seen that?
Oh, I have seen that.
I haven't tried that. And then there's the fat guy ones where you like it's
I don't
almost
do
like
that
you,
shit to me, I'll
it's
grab
almost
the
like
fuck
you're
out of
gonna
your
do a can opener, but you do
Yeah.
it with one hand and then you go to one side and then you kind of.
You know, if you turn them, it's not illegal.
Yeah.
As long as you don't can open them
Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You go sideways. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was working through a bunch of different things, but his guard was really good. So I was like,
His guard is pretty
I was
tight.
like, that was fun because I don't get stuck in people's guards very often, and I didn't fight to not get stuck in his guard because I normally I can get out of people's guard.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, you break mine all the time. You're good at it.
But I could not get his fucking guard open. And I was in there the whole time like, man, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, even when I competed last time, I watched the video, I was out of his guard in like 30 seconds.
You know what I've been fucking with more from the guard? It's not great yet. I mean, it'd never be great for me, but there's something I'm missing about it. But dude, the fucking Roddy lock pass, dude. I've been hitting that on people.
The body lock?
Yeah, dude, that shit is good. Like,
it's good.
From the guard, like if you're in the guard and you just grab their hips and then inch your fingers under it so you can grab your hands.
Are you talking about from side control?
No, from the
Or
guard.
half
From the guard.
From guard?
Oh, yeah, dude. The hardest part about it is for me, because I'm just so stumpy, like the hardest part about it for me is getting my hands. I don't lock my hands. I think J-Rod actually locks his hand, or Nicky Rod locks his hands like a gable grip. So what I do is I really have no mobility like that. So what I do is I make the tater like this, and then I hold it, And then the hardest part about that is
Pressure
getting
onto
back
that
to my
point.
knees, is to pop up to my feet. But when I can, like if I have a little bit of space where I can go, because I can go from my knees straight to my feet. Like I don't know, a long time ago when I first started, Louis again told me, it's like, hey, if your feet are on the ground, you're not passing the guard. You gotta engage your toes, right? So if I'm in that Roddy lock position and I get to my toes, I can pop straight to my feet. I don't gotta like step by step knee, foot up. I can literally just go like this.
Yeah.
And if I can do that there, I've been passing everyone's guard. Because, like, it just depends on how loose or how tight they're playing the guard. Like, if they got longer legs, they're going to be loose on me. So I can go from my knees to my toes and then just pressure on them, and it forces them to open their legs, and then you just, like, pop your legs over. It's like you gotta post with your head.
Yeah. I mean, it made me think, like, fuck, I got to work on my... Because I thought my guard escape was pretty fucking legit. Like, I normally... And I got stuck, and I was like, "Damn."
Well, I'm not talking shit on this one. Would you consider your guard escape good if you get out of the guard but you immediately go to half guard?
Getting out of guard, yeah, because then I have a whole nother game.
Yeah, but that's where I want you.
It's the next step.
But that's where I want to be.
But that's where I want to be.
Okay.
Because I mean, if I can completely, obviously the goal is to completely get out past.
Yeah.
But if I get out of guard and go to half guard, at least I'm not in full guard. And now, because once you're in someone's guard, like, you're basically fucked because they have full control. They can go arm bars. They can throw all this stuff.
I think guard is 50-50.
I don't think so. 100%. I don't think so.
I think it is.
With a good guard player, no way. When you get high level, it's not happening.
We got like 2-3 people at our school that really play guard.
Name a high level jiu-jitsu athlete that will attack from the guard.
All of them.
No, they escape. They get out of the guard. That's their number one thing. Boom, get out of the guard and move.
Jean-Jacques Machado smashes everyone from the guard. He smashes everyone from top. He smashes you from all the good dudes are good in both positions. Like the best.
It doesn't matter.
Like
who you are,
Marigali,
you're not going to find.
I bet if you look at Marigali's
he's escaping from guard.
Then
going for position.
I bet Marigali, if you look at him, his most. Wait, what are you talking about? Are you talking about
in someone's guard?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, you have to be in someone's guard.
If I have you in guard, then yes, I have the better position. That's what I'm saying.
I was sorry, I was thinking the other way.
No. If I have you in my guard, you're in danger. But if I'm in your guard, I'm in danger. So that's why I'm saying I'd rather be in half guard than be in someone's guard.
I feel so comfortable in the guard. There's like 2 or 3 dudes at our school that two or three
There's
guys at our school that get me.
There's a difference. People have trouble wrapping their legs around you. There's a difference. For me, people wrap their legs around me.
You're not that much small. I mean, you are a miniature person, but you're not that much
Everyone
smaller
wraps
than me.
their fucking legs around me.
I can even close my legs around you, too.
I
That's
know.
not good. But so I'll let you stand, but if you start to stand up, I'll just go to the half guard. It doesn't bother me at all.
Right. Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying, but I'd rather be there than in guard.
For sure.
Because in guard, you can start trying to cross-collar me, pull me down, I remember one of the worst rolls I ever had, I was a white belt, and I was in someone's guard, and I couldn't
still a
escape.
white belt in my eyes.
And they, grabbed the back of my head and, suffocated me. They weren't trying anything. They were just holding me down, and I couldn't get my head out. And my face was, stuck here. No.
I do that to everyone.
My face was stuck there.
Yeah.
And it was, 4 minutes of just, I couldn't move. I couldn't break it. I couldn't do shit, and I was stuck. And I was like, man, this fucking sucks.
Dude, that's literally, if I get in a spot where I know I'm stuck and I know I'm not getting out and I don't want to lose, I don't want to lose like that, I'll give up some position.
To try to get out.
I almost
That's like what you were just saying.
Try to
just give up to mount, and then you can escape from mount.
Yeah, the mount is my... I was thinking I was talking about last week. The back is one of my best escapes. My next best escape is a mount.
Yeah, mount to... Because then you can go from mount to half guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm right where I want to be.
Yeah.
When I probably when I was a 1 or 2 stripe white... I think I was a 2-stripe white belt because it was right before we went to Arizona. And when Alex beat my fucking ass... Bobby showed me how to escape the mount, and I mean that's my A1, dude. That's the shit. I mean I even get it on him.
I don't know. I lately I've been thoroughly I've never the past 3 years I've not ever once been fuck I don't want to go I hate jiu-jitsu, but this past month or so I've just been thinking about jiu-jitsu fucking nonstop. I'm fucking dreaming about it. I'm like, what's this new position? How do I get out of this? I want to try this. And it's not even trying new shit.
Yeah.
It's getting good at the shit that I'm doing now. And trying to perfect that. And I've been looking at it as like, it's the long game. Like, I don't have to be good at everything right now. I could get good at the things that I'm my game now, get really good at that, and then start adding and getting good at other shit because it's a long fucking game.
Specifically on that, like, I was thinking about the other day, I was talking to Kyle yesterday, and, like, dude, I can't armbar anybody from the guard. It's not that I don't catch it. I can't do it. Yeah. I don't have the hips to do it. So I was talking to him about it, and it's embarrassing, like, being a purple belt and not being able to armbar or triangle people. Like, I 80% know how to get there, but it's so bad I don't even try it, right? Mm-hmm. It's just not part of my game, right? I would rather try to sweep you from the guard, which is better.
You don't see a lot of big ultras doing arm bars.
Not bowling balls. You see like fucking like like Victor Hugo.
Well, yeah, they're like 6'7" fucking.
So like, but like I should know how to do it technically better than I do. Like the technical
aspect, you should be able to teach someone how to do it.
Yes, I can teach someone how to do it, but I can't do it. Anyway, I think this was during the Euros. They were talking about this during the commentary. Philippe Andrew has 4 submissions that he catches 90% of the time. So what is wrong with practicing your hot shit all the time? Yeah. So like I know what mine is. Right now, like mine is the caper cutter. That's my A1 shit. If I can get the under grip, I don't think you're getting out. I don't think anybody gets out from that. I could be wrong,
it's
but
really hard to get out.
I don't think anybody gets out.
Well, once you have this good control, so even if you don't go for it right away, you can cook them with pressure and weight.
And my pressure is so good from there. You're not getting out of that. You might be able to squirm out of it, but I'm somewhere else I want to be. Yeah. I'm in the dark side Kimura. I'm somewhere else I want to be. So like that is my A1. And besides paper cutter chokes, some sort of Ezekiel's, I catch those a lot. I got a couple things like the head and arm triangle. I get a lot. Things from the scarf hold, which scarf hold, I'm sorry, that's all I'm working on. I'm not doing anything else.
I tried to do that yesterday on the white belt.
I'm only trying to escape whatever position and work on the scarf hold.
I went for a scarf hold yesterday because I always forget about it. And I started going out yesterday. I could just see their face like this fucking sucks.
Did I tell you why I started working on it? I was watching. You know who Henry Akins is?
Yes.
So I was.
What's his name?
Hickson black belt.
One of his first.
Yeah, in America.
Belts, yeah.
So
that dude is legit as fuck. The way he explains things, I love it.
Yeah. So you know what he calls that position?
The soul stealer. Yeah. He has a whole video that just came out on it. Or
once he started calling that the soul stealer,
you're like, I love it.
That's it.
Fucking David Goggins 2.0.
That's all anyone's getting.
Taking people's souls.
That's it, because it's fucking.
It's legit.
That position cooks people more than. Yeah. The only person I can remember doing it to me was Luke.
Oscar did it to me.
All the time. Luke did it to me one time, and I was like, "Oh, is this what I'm doing to people? Because this sucks."
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
It is, and then if
they know how to do it.
But if all else fails, did you watch Who's Next? There was that Middle Eastern dude from New York, and he called it the camel crush.
Crusher? Yeah.
All else fails, I'm gonna camel crush you, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm working on is shit for the scarf hold.
So we rolled again. The last roll. We haven't talked about that.
Oh, when you pull guard on me?
Yeah, when I pull guard.
I think you still beat me by a...
yeah, I fucking swept you.
I know, I was fucking around.
Yeah, I swept you.
Let's talk about that. But before we talk about that, Bobby and I have agreed to roll at 8s always from now on.
I don't know what 8 is.
So there's a scale of 1 being a flow and 10 being a competition roll. I want 8s from you.
8s?
And that means
hard to gauge.
That means no fucking standing and just defending. That means attacking.
But even defending is fucking...
It's not the same.
Yes.
No, because if Bob and I roll, we're not going to sit there and try to defend each other. He's going to try to shoot and take me down, and I'm going to try to Ujimata him or some other trip. So we're attacking each other, right?
Yeah.
So, but yes, that last roll. So I don't know if you saw what happened right before you swept me. Omar was talking shit to me.
Damn. And then you got fucking...
Well, because you sat down. We made an agreement.
So just history. Yeah. We rolled once. It was like whatever, back and forth. And then he said next time he'll pull guard. He pulled guard. And so I said the next one, I'll pull guard. And I pull guard on this one.
Yeah. So you pulled guard. I don't think I went into the guard. I think I stayed standing.
You stayed standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I grabbed I went De La Hiva.
Did you?
Yep.
I remember you had the sleeve grip. You had the sleeve grips. And that's one of my most comfortable positions. I don't get swept there very often. Usually I'll get swept from getting broken down than getting swept, right?
Well, I was worried because I know you do that whole fucking like
double unders.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't. If you got double unders, I was like, I don't. Well,
I was specifically trying to knee cut you, so I thought about going double under because I can still get double unders if you got my sleeves.
Yeah.
So I was trying to knee cut you. 100. That's all I was trying to do is knee cut you. And I got to the knee cut, and you almost swept me, and I stood back up.
Yeah.
And then I hear Omar and Carol talking, and I look back at them. And they're saying something in Portuguese, and they both look at me, and they say something else. And then I look back at you, and you fucking swept me. I was like, this motherfucker swept me.
Yeah.
I think.
I was gonna try to come up.
Would you get points for that sweep?
Yeah.
So you would have won on points.
I would have won points.
What is
because
that,
was
2?
2 points, yeah.
Yeah, so
2
you would have
points.
won 2-0.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you got anything else from there.
Yeah, no, it was just for the sweep.
Because I think I ended in the
we were
half guard.
Yeah, we got stuck in half guard. But
So you get points for the sweep, but not for anything else.
not for anything else, yeah.
But as
maybe,
far as
maybe an advantage for being more aggressive from the top.
I don't know about that, because as far as pain goes, you were in more pain in that role than I was in.
I'm in pain.
Because I got you in the fucking sliding knee shit. I could see your face being like, this is not fun.
Oh, across my chest,
what would you even call it? Knee shield? Just like the fucking power from the knee shield?
Yeah, well, you just pressuring into, I mean, it wasn't, it sucked, but it wasn't like, I'm like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. No taking anything away from you. You definitely swept me. You definitely got to where you got
That was just a basic De La Hiva
No
sweep.
one catches that very often. That's why I was so caught off guard by it, because like you had your foot somewhere, and I was like, oh, that's gone. And then Omar's talking shit, and I moved my leg, and I came back, and your foot was on my hip, and I still didn't even care.
Your face hit the mat, though.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I don't, none of that shit bothers me.
Yeah. God damn. You know what? Another thing, when we roll, for some reason, our heads always fucking hit.
We both have big ass heads and a lot of
It's
space.
always like,
But we need to. So I have a problem. Again, no taking anything away from you. You won. Fucking, you've beat me 3 times now on advantages or points.
Yeah, not a submission. It's been a long time since we submitted each other.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah. For sure, not since I've been a purple belt. I remember right before I got my purple belt, you and I were like, okay, let's try to paper cut each other, and you got me once, and I think I got you once.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time turning it on.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you and I are going to roll for real, we got to slap bump, and it's fucking on. No agreements, no nothing. But you and I, we should roll one day after class when everyone's off the mat.
I watched this video of this, I don't know where it was. They were like on the beach.
Hey, let's smell the smelling salts.
Like right before class?
Big
right before a roll?
Yeah, Big Guy has some.
Does he?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Neither have I.
We should do it on video.
We should get some. Order some. I'll kick in half on them.
We'll just borrow from him. He'll let me borrow it for like
I want a new fresh one.
Bro.
We got to go like in 2 minutes, so.
All right. Anyways, yeah, that was a good roll, though. I had fun. It's been a good week, though. Like I said, it's been enjoyable. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the podcast. I've got a lot of good feedback. I rolled with one of the white belts. I don't remember your name. I apologize because I'm fucking horrible at remembering names. But
if you're a white belt, you need to put a name tag on. Fuck you.
Name tag. He's one of the bigger guys. And it was like the first time rolling with him. He's like, yeah, it's the first time meeting you. But he's like, you watched the podcast. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, we got a new listener from like Oklahoma. I owe you a shirt. I ran out of shirts. I thought I had one for you, but I don't. I'm gonna send it to you this week.
Slayer?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I thought I had a large for him, and I told him, I was like, oh, I found a large. I forgot.
This guy messaged you on Instagram?
It was somebody else's large, so I sent them. But I'm going to make some more tomorrow. The next day, I'll send you one this week.
We should bring some to Vegas. Just keep a couple.
I'm going to bring some of the 40 and fighting shirts, too.
Yeah, we can keep a couple, and then if someone comes up to us, you get a free shirt. I'll pitch in a little cash for that to have some.
Yeah, if you see us at Master World, come up to me. I'll have a backpack with some shirts in it.
Yep. Anyways, I mean, it's been a good week. I've enjoyed it. My back's still hurting, but it's feeling way better. I feel fucking good.
We got to cut this one short because we got somewhere to be.
Yeah, we got a little event to get to today. We're going to go get drunk and be out in the sun. So with the whole family, the whole jiu-jitsu family is going to be there. Most of them. I don't know. We'll see who's going to show up. I don't know who's going to be there. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like, hit a comment down below. Tell them how fat this guy is. And outside of that, you got anything else to say? Give a no.